Jane was devoting everything about her to him, and she actually left herself. She abandoned her own self and focused all the attention on her husband, which is a very, very wrong move and a very wrong thing to do in a relationship. It's not that you're not devoted to your husband, it's that you are abandoning yourself again and again because of some things probably you've not dealt with inside of you. So I'm going to read you this story about fear and anxiety. What fear and anxiety can actually do to your relationship, especially the anxious attachment people in a relationship. Jane had met her husband, John, when she was in graduate school and he was in law school. When they began dating, John had found it difficult to schedule time with Jane in advance. His homework required long, tedious hours of study and made his free time unpredictable. Fearful that having found John, she might not be able to hold on to him, Jane became nervous when she did not see him regularly. When John needed to take a break from studying for a few hours, he would usually call Jane, expecting her to be available to join him for a walk or lunch. Realizing she would only see him consistently if she were available when he called, you see, that type of thinking was really wrong. Realizing she would only see him whenever he called, that's the wrong mindset. She gradually gave up her exercise club, softball team, and one by one, our friends, right? They married immediately following John's graduation, and Jane expected that he too would now want to spend all of his time with her, when instead he began to expand his interests and activities with his male friends. Jane felt that she was becoming less important to him. Jane became progressively more insecure in their relationship until she rarely thought of anything else but John. Played with doubts about her own worth, she vowed over and over to prove to John that she was the perfect wife. John's reaction, however, did not alleviate our fears. He seemed pleased with her efforts, complimented her cooking and other accomplishments, but also encouraged her to spend time with her friends. You see, because he was spending time with his friends. As a good partner, he would also want to encourage the wife to spend time with her own friends too. Right? He even suggested she get a job, which Jane interpreted as his way of trying to push her away. That's doubt, like self-doubt, confusion. She was thinking that it was his way of pushing her away, which was not true, which was very far from the truth. He just only wanted her to have her own experience, to have a good life. That's what I see there. He was concerned about her, building a life for herself. That's it. She thought to herself, why else would he want her to develop more of a life away from him? Near despair that she was losing John, Jane frantically attempted to rein him in and control his time with others. Okay? John, noticing how demanding and dependent she had become, began criticizing her, telling her she was nagging him all the time, even though he was equally demanding in other ways. After 3 years of marriage, John announced to Jane that he was seeking a divorce. Jane was shocked to actually hear her worst fears put into words. She was numb and later furious. How dare he choose to leave her when she had devoted herself totally to him for all his time? You see, Jane was devoting everything about her to him. And she actually left herself. She abandoned her own self and focused all the attention on her husband, which is a very, very wrong move and a very wrong thing to do in a relationship. It's not that you're not devoted to your husband. It's that you are abandoning yourself again and again because of some things probably you've not dealt with inside of you. Because if you really love yourself, why would you abandon yourself, abandon your friend, don't get a job and all that? Because something was going on that was deeper than just that. That was deeper than what was on the surface. And so Jane decided he was discarding her now that his career was moving forward. Terrified, Jane wondered what she would do. John had been her whole life. You see what I was saying? John had been her whole life, her whole focus. She was zooming in on John all the time, checking how he's doing. Has he eaten? Has he done this? Yes, that's good. But it has to be balanced, you and him. And as a matter of fact, you have to first do for yourself and then you do for him. Right? Because if you are not okay, probably nobody's going to be there to help him. But if you're okay, you will take that okayness, or let's say if you're whole, you will take that wholeness and be able to give people what they need. But if you are not whole, or let's say if you are not overflowing, and if you just have a little to survive and now you're giving the little out, how would you survive? You probably die, right? So she was focusing on her husband and abandoning herself. So that's not something you want to do in your relationship. If you find yourself abandoning yourself and focusing on your partner and not doing anything about yourself, not having a hobby, not going for exercise, not working out, not learning something new, not having friends, not going on a date with your friends, not doing things with your friend, just focusing on your partner. I mean, your partner will soon get tired of you because you seem boring. Like she doesn't have anything going on for her. Or when you have something going on for you, genuinely, not because you want your partner to see you as important, but in fact, in a relationship, whether friendship or business partner, whatever, when you always have something going on in your life genuinely, and it is something that you really want to do for yourself, with yourself, whatever the case may be, you become interesting. You become interesting because you have something going on. But when you don't care about yourself, you only care about the other person, they might even start doubting, like, does she have a game plan? What's going on? Like, who focuses on people like that? You get what I'm saying? Let's continue. How he could do this to her? She concluded that her mother had been right. She just couldn't do things right. She couldn't even keep her husband. She was a failure. This video is going to continue in the next video. See you soon.